call this meeting to order with pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Mulsine.
Here.
Schneider absent. Weaver.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Zukasar.
Here.
Zukasar.
Make a motion to excuse the absence of Mr. Schneider.
Mulsine.
Yes.
Schneider absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukasar.
Yes.
Zukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
We have non-agenda items from sidelines. There's a gentleman that wanted to speak, but it's not an agenda item, so I was going to let him talk toward the end if he still wanted to. Other than that, I have none. Moving on, comments from city administration.
They have nothing.
Water bills went out, right?
They go out the first.
They go out first, so water bills go out.
Today.
Today's the first.
Yeah, they went out.
They went out today. Water bills went out today, so they'll be receiving them in a day or two. Do you know if Bart cleaned out the pipes or something? Were they flushing?
They flushed.
Flush out, yes. Okay. All right. Anything else? Nothing? Acting chief? No? All right. Adoption and amendment of the agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support. Schneider absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukasar.
Yes.
Zukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Mulsine.
Yes. Hopefully you all had a chance to go over the irregular meeting minutes of September 17th, 2013. If there's no changes, I'd entertain a motion to accept those.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Support.
Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukasar.
Yes.
Zukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Mulsine.
Yes.
Schneider absent.
Do you want to sign it?
Oh.
All right, moving on, Citizens for Better Macomb County, Mr. Daniel Vanderkerkhove.
Yep.
You have the floor.
Okay. Did you guys receive the packets that
Yes,
were
we did.
dropped
Yes, we
off?
did.
Okay, excellent. I hope you had the time to look at them. If you looked at some of the articles that were included in there, just to give you a little bit of a history, Regional Environmental Services actually first approached the village of New Haven. It was actually covered in some of the news on TV as well as in quite a few of the papers. It was presented in pretty much what every resident in New Haven would say was in an underhanded manner,
That's all right.
which was presented at one particular meeting, never discussed, never brought forth any information, never tabled for discussion for a later point. A pretty sly deal that went through. After that, recall efforts went out for the members that actually voted in favor of that. And we've been heavily involved from that point forward to try to clean up and undo what they did. A month later at the next meeting, they unanimously rescinded their support of the landfill. So New Haven is completely against it. 1 month after that, in the month of September, earlier this month, or I'm sorry, last month, it's the 1st of October now, Lennox Township passed a 2-page resolution also included in the packet. I don't know if you had time to look at that. Pretty strongly worded because actually 99%, no joke, 99% of the land was actually in Lennox Township. They approached New Haven for various reasons. I'm not going to go into detail for that, but it was an easier way to go with a path of less resistance. Lennox Township, realizing that 99% of it was actually going to be in their land, passed a resolution, 2-page resolution, very strongly worded, saying we don't want it either. So I just want to give you, and now they're trying to circumvent both New Haven and Lennox Township and go take it to the county level. That's where you guys come in, because at some point in the future, after the county's executive board, if it makes it that far, it will be opened up to a vote, and they will need 2/3 of the communities within the county to support ramming it down Lennox's throat, putting it there anyway. So included in the packet was a list of the why we don't want it in there. And I don't have to go into detail, but basically home values are going to drop. It's immediately across the street from 2 different residential communities. And keep in mind, it's on Gratiot Corridor, which is like the main vein. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Gratiot. So it's prime real estate for further development, and it's zoned as such. And Lennox in their past, actually went to great lengths to adjust their master plan and to actually zone it as such. They have no appetite for another landfill. They fought tooth and nail against the current one, Pine Tree Acres. So it's against the will of the host community, and they've stated as such loudly. There's been a lot of citizens actually working together. I've lost countless hours of sleep myself, as well as some others in the room here, trying to oppose this. I also want to bring up the points that there's no need for this actually. Pine Tree Acres actually currently has roughly up to 50 years of capacity, and you might have heard some other figures kicked around in the media and whatnot. They have 12 to 15 years of current permitted capacity without the stroke of a single pen stroke. They have 12 to 15 years. Beyond that, they already have sited on their land and already set for use in the host community agreement they already have with Lennox Township is another approximately 15 to 20 more years. I spoke with somebody from Waste Management. They call that sited capacity. That's already sited. That's already owned by them. It's already agreed to in the host community agreement. All they have to do is pull the permit, and that comes along a lot later in the process, closer to when they actually need those. They don't pull a permit 12 years in advance. They pull a permit when they need it, and that's almost an automatic. I mean, it generally, for all purposes, would be. They already have the land. It's already agreed to in the host community agreement. They just have to pull a permit from the Department of Environmental Quality. Beyond that, they have additional capacity, which all they have to do is pull the permit from the Department of Environmental Quality, as well as then just approach the county and ask for the county to allow them to include the additional cells for an additional almost 20 more years. So you already have about 50 years left of capacity already at Pine Tree Acres. If you open it up to more too soon and you have too many landfills in an already declining market, because in the last 8 years, if you see the graph here, in the last 8 years in the southeast Michigan region, volume of deposited waste in landfills is actually going down. Actually, various landfills have actually gone belly up or have been forced to have been taken over by the municipalities that they're actually located in, because of falling revenue, because of decreased waste intake. So it's actually a bad thing if you put too many landfills in at one time. Right now, they already have capacity for 50 additional years.
All right, look, we understand most of the landfill. I've talked to the supervisor in Lennox Township. I'm pretty sure what's going on down there. I've read all the newspaper articles. What are you asking of us?
Included in the packet was a 2-page resolution that I included a Word document. I don't know if you ran that by any legal counsel or anything to that matter.
Basically says that we'll oppose amendment to the waste management plan that would allow, enable or otherwise permit a landfill located
In Lennox Township.
Okay.
Because what it does is set a dangerous precedent.
Well, I agree. I mean, it hasn't come to us yet for a vote. And I told the Lennox Township supervisor, as well as New Haven leaders that I've talked to, that at this point even, I don't feel that the city of Memphis should get involved one way or the other. And I think that what we should do is support them being able to make this decision. You know, it's easy for me to say, yeah, build a landfill 15 miles from my town.
Right.
I mean, it's not that hard. And that's the problem you're going to have with a lot of communities.
Right.
But I think that you'll find that we'll support whatever Lennox and New Haven decide amongst themselves. I don't want to take that right out of their hands, because it sets a precedent that somebody could come into our community and circumvent this group and put something in our town.
Could I, and I was reading this and I wasn't listening to one thing, but you said that if it came up again, in order to stop it, you have to have a 2/3 vote of all the municipalities?
Or in order for it to go through.
In order for it to go through.
Oh, in order to go through.
In order for them to put that landfill there.
Yeah, they're never gonna get that.
No, that's what we're coming here
Yeah.
for.
Well, if it comes to us for a vote, I believe on a county level, I think you would find us supporting whatever. Since it's in Lennox Township did. But at this point, and I don't know about the council, but in this point, I don't want to make a resolution one way or the other and let them make the decision, is the way I feel about it. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Well, I would definitely support, if it comes back, I definitely support the resolution against it, definitely, because you don't need it. I think Macomb County, I believe Keith Reinhardt or Reinhardt, he had he was the supervisor in Macomb County, and he headed up the committee and resolved all those issues, I think, a few years ago, that extended that out.
Right, it
Is
did,
that
yes, a
correct?
couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely would be supportive of this. I think if the mayor would prefer not to handle it tonight, I think if it ever come back to us and you need our support, as far as I'm concerned, you got it, so.
Well, I would say more Lennox Township has our support,
Right.
because it's in Lennox
Right.
Township.
Yeah.
Like I say, I want them to have the right to make the decision for themselves. So when it comes time, perhaps we'll pass a resolution that our vote goes with whatever Lennox Township decides, because it impacts them. That would be the way I would prefer to handle it. Let them govern themselves and make the decisions for themselves. That this body shouldn't have a say-so in this. I don't think. So, anybody else have any questions for him or statements?
I agree.
I agree.
I thank you for your time. If you have any
Thank you.
additional questions, business card and whatnot's all in there, so,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Moving on, presentation and approval of September receipts report for $78,047.35, September disbursements report for $320,798.92, and electronic wire transfers for $6,477.40. Can I get a motion to accept the receipts and disbursements report?
I'll make the motion to accept the receipts report, the disbursements report, and the wire transfers as presented.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
SukasW,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsyan,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver.
Yes. All right, communications, there were none, unfinished business, there was none, new business, we need to set Halloween hours for Halloween between 6 and 8. Can I get a motion to set our Halloween trick-or-treating hours?
I'll make the motion. For 6 and 8.
Sukasar,
Yes.
SukasW,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsyan,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
All right, next, building inspector, appoint Brian Bailey as the new City of Memphis building inspector. Larry and I, we accepted applications and interviewed the people that came forward, and it's our recommendation that we go ahead and appoint him as our building inspector. Can I get that motion?
I'll make that motion to appoint him building inspector.
Four.
SukasW,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsyan,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar.
Yes.
All right, next is budget amendments. Got a memo on some budget amendments for the DPW. This is for the backhoe. And major streets for site work on the salt bin, and local streets also site work on the salt bin. So can we get a motion to make the budget amendments as it says in memo number 2, administrative memo number 2?
I'll make a motion with the administration, number 2 for the budget amendments as stated.
Four.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsyan,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
SukasW.
Yes.
Next is fire department Motorola repair for $393. You want to say anything about this?
We had to send out one of our radios to get fixed. That's what it costs to get it fixed.
Anybody have any questions?
How much are they new?
3,800.
That's all?
So it's basically 10% of the cost. Can I get a motion to accept this Motorola bill for $393?
I'll make a motion to allow the fire department to pay this $393 out of their budget.
Support.
Mulsyan,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sue Castavio,
Yes.
Davis,
Other new business?
Yes.
Other new business from the mayor? First thing I said I'd allow Dewey to speak if he wished to after what we said. Do you wish to add anything, Dewey?
No, I'm satisfied with what I heard.
All right, thank you very much. This,
This, here,
that's information only.
this information, oh,
Other new business this weekend, past weekend, a lot of volunteers came together and helped Bruce Christie out, fixing up, cleaning up the old Shell station. They put fresh coat of paint on a lot of stuff, painted, fixed the fence and everything else. I'd like to thank all the volunteers that came out. I'd like to thank Mike Vinkier, Vinkier Foods and Ace Hardware for providing paint. Also, Rob Cook was the contractor who handled everything, and Michigan Realty Solutions out of Richmond sent a crew with pressure washers and pressure washed everything, as well as Schutz Tree Farm out of Imlay City gave planting materials for the islands. So there was a lot of people got together and donated time and energy, and it looks a lot better, and he's very thankful and is excited about the welcome he got to the community. I guess several of you showed up also, so thank you all for coming, and I think it was a success. Also, homecoming was a success. We won the game, and the parade was fun, so thank everybody for being involved in that. And that's all I guess we don't have another meeting before Halloween.
Yeah,
So,
you do.
do we?
15th.
15th? I might not come to that. All right, then I'll say everybody be safe at Halloween on that one. You go ahead, Larry, you have anything?
Yeah, just report the salt bin building is up, and the floor will go in, I believe, Thursday, and that'll be completed, so,
Fantastic.
and that's all I have.
Larry, how did we end up final cost on it? Were we within what we figured?
17.8,
And we budgeted 18?
yeah.
Okay, great.
Ronnie, you have anything?
No, I haven't.
Frank?
No.
Guy?
No, thanks.
Bill?
Nothing.
How about a motion to adjourn?
You got it?